Okay, this is contact cement, and there's one little piece right here, right there. And what I did was I took propane torch and I put a flame over top of it, and then it's stuck down. It's stuck down pretty good. And it's not going to come up. Okay, now what I have to do here is I gotta put contact cement on this half of it right here, all along there. And then I'm gonna, then I put contact cement over there, 2 coats. I'm gonna have to put a 3rd coat on because I did that last night. So we'll see how this turns out. The contact cement works really well for this type of operation. All right, now this strip in the center, don't cut this to the exact size, because if you do and you're too big, then it's going to overlap this granulated area right here and right here. So I don't want to do that. So make it about 17 1/8. Then measure the middle. I'm going to measure it in 2 places in the middle. 17 1/8. One problem with roofing cement is that, contact cement, is that once you get it started the wrong way, I started down there to put this on, and once you get it off, it's hard to correct it. So then the rest of it down here on this side, I did this correct, and it's okay. But now I've got to make a patch to fill that area, and I have a patch ready to go right down there. And I've got roofing cement on that, and so that's going to go in this place up here. Alright, I've got this piece of steel siding put on here. I did start vinyl, but vinyl is just too flimsy because this is going to be taken down the road, this whole camper, and I'm going to have something very stiff, in my opinion. So this is steel siding. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a window right over here. And what I did was I went on the inside where the framing was, and I drilled a couple of holes right here. And those are going to be the guides as to where the framing is, so that I can attach this window to the framing. And then I'll make some additional framing also. Okay, what I did here was I marked this by, I went on the inside of this, and I know that there is a stud that runs right through here where all these nails and screws are. Okay, and right beside of it, I drilled a hole right there. And then I came down here, drilled another hole beside this stud. Okay, now I know that that is where the stud is. I'm going to use that as one side of this window as the framing, and then this top one, there's another piece that goes up here for the other part of the framing, and that's under this right here, under this piece of channel. Now this C channel is going to be like for up here. This is how you do metal siding. First of all, you put up this C channel, and then you put your piece of siding right in it. Now, another thing is that I'm going to have a piece that comes over here about 5 1/4 inches, and it's going to be a corner piece. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put a lap right here on that part right there. And then I'm going to notch my siding around the window once I get it on. And then I'm going to take this channel, I'm going to take some more of that and put that around the window. Fits like a glove. That's because I planned it that way. Alright, now I'm going to caulk behind this. The best thing to do is put it in there. And by the way, these are old technology. aluminum windows. If you can find some, it's going to be kind of hard. I'm going to put framing behind this. Okay, there we go. Okay, I've got the window installed. I caulked around it before I put it in, the opening, and we're going to check the squareness of it. Okay, square. There's a crack right here. I'm going to have to put a little bit of caulk on there. I possibly should have polished this entire frame a little bit, but I didn't. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put the next sheet, which is going to have to overlap this area right here. And then I'm going to have to put screws in here every 9 inches. Why? Well, because this area right here from this rib to this rib is 9 inches. And so I have to have the screws in here, which I do have down here on this side. So that's why you have to put the screws every 9 inches. Okay, when you're dealing with old windows like this, you have this problem. This is a piece of nylon. It's machined so that it fits into a channel right here. It's hard to see the channel right here, but there is a channel that this little piece fits into, and then it's held in there by screws. These are not even Phillips screws. And back in the day, in the 1960s, a lot of things were transitioning from straight screws like these, and then Phillips also. So you find on this window, on this particular window, I found Phillips screws and straight screws. So now I'm going to take a piece of aluminum and make these right here. I'm going to have to make that right there. That's my pattern. And I'm going to get it out of this old aluminum hitch. Okay, it's got several different thicknesses of material. So first of all, when you're making something that small, you're going to have some calipers. These jaws right here, you're going to have to clean them off. And then take this, close it completely. Okay, and then there's a screw down here, and you have to take that loose. Then you turn the face, this dial, until you get 0. And then tighten it down. Now these calipers are made by Mitutoyo. Mitutoya. Mitutoyo. And since I'm making this on a duplicate of it, I have to make sure that this aluminum material is thick enough. Okay, so I got about 100, and this, by the way, is called, these, by the way, are called dial calipers. Now you can get digital ones, and I do not like digital ones because they are not as accurate. Alright, now the next thing I need to do is measure this area right here. This is the thickness of the entire thing. So it's about 215 thousandths. Actually, in reality, it's about 214 thousandths. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take measurements, I'm going to plan it, and I'm going to make a drawing. Okay, well, that works.